everybody, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to Mama's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make my egg rolls. Egg rolls is one of the most delicious snacks in Nigeria. We are full of snacks. Nigeria is full of snacks. So today I'm going to show you how I make this wonderful snack. Let's see what we need to make this delicious snack. Here I have 2.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. You can use any flour of your choice, but I'm using all-purpose flour here. I'm going to use some vegetable oil for frying. I'm going to use a cup of milk. I'm going to be using some sugar. I'm going to be using baking powder, nutmeg, and melted butter, and of course the eggs. So let's get in the kitchen and make this happen. Okay guys, now we're going to start mixing up everything. For this 2.5 cups of flour, I'm going to be using 2 spoons of sugar. So you put your sugar, you mix it very well, and next I'm going to add my nutmeg. For nutmeg, I'm using a 1/4 spoon of nutmeg. Then I'm going to add salt. For salt, it depends on your taste. I don't like adding too much salt, so I'm just going to add a 1/4 spoon of salt too. And then after that, I'll add my baking powder, and here I'm using 1/2 spoon of baking powder. You don't want more than that for this quantity of flour. And then you combine it together. All the dry ingredients have gone into the flour. You combine thoroughly, properly, and then you start putting in your wet ingredients. So first of all, I'm adding the 2 eggs that I'm going to be using. Mix it up. Remember, you can also mix your egg before you pour it in, so you can do it either way. Mix it before, or you mix it with the flour. And now I'm putting the 2 spoons of butter, melted butter. You mix it up together. Make sure everything is mixed up. And then finally, I'm going to add my 1 cup of milk. You can use any type of milk you like. Here I'm using evaporated milk. You can use powdered milk, you can use any type of milk, but I just like the taste of evaporated milk. So you mix everything thoroughly. Make sure everything is incorporated into the flour, and you have a smooth dough. At this point, you can start using your hands to mix it, because you really need to work on the dough. So here I'm going to use my hands to work on it, mix everything up. Mix it up. It's gonna be sticky, but just keep mixing, and you mix until you get the consistency that you want. If it's too light, you can add some flour, but this is the right consistency for this for egg roll. It shouldn't be too hard and it shouldn't be too soft. So once you get it up to this stage, you can just stop and make sure the bowl is everything is mixed up with the bowl. In the bowl, you stop, and then what I do is I wrap it up with a clear wrap. Cover it with a clear wrap like this. If you don't have this, you can use foil paper, a napkin, anything, just something to cover it up, and then you keep it for 15 minutes. Okay guys, you put your flour. Now the dough has been sitting for 15 minutes. I'm bringing it out. I'll need it over flour coated rolling board. You can use any hard surface of your choice. I'm just rolling it on this board because I don't want it to stick to my hands and stick to the board. So you roll it up, you mix it up like this. Work on the dough for about extra 5 to 10 minutes if you want to, and then you start cutting the flour, the dough, into the number of eggs you have. I have 8 eggs here. and I'm cutting this into about 5, though I'm still going to get all my 8 eggs, because when you start wrapping it up, you're going to cut off some of the excess dough, and that can make up another dough for you. So here I'm cutting them to the number of eggs I think I'm going to be making. I have 8 eggs, like I said. You can also use knife to cut it up, it doesn't matter. This is just what works for me, so do whatever works for you. So when you're done cutting and getting the number of eggs you want, you start rolling them up. You just roll out, because you don't want the dough to be too thick on the boiled egg. So you just roll it out, and you make it as flat as you can, and put your boiled egg in the middle and fold it up like that. And when you fold it up, twist it at the end so you can seal it closed. Please make sure you do this. Seal it very tight. If you don't do that, it's going to burst open when you're frying it, and that will make the egg inside to burst too. So if you don't want that to happen to your egg roll, make sure you properly seal it. It takes patience here to be able to seal everything, so you take your time to pinch close every opening, roll it if you can. If you want to, just make sure it is sealed closed. And that's what I'm trying to do here. And then you place it in another different bowl, and you take another one, and that's how you roll it, and until you get all the eggs rolled up in the dough.
To give mama, yeah. You lifted me and gave me a song. I got my to give mama, mama, yeah. Oh, Kobe, mama, yeah. Joyan German, yeah. Mama, yeah. Nare kele, nare tuto, sansa gibu. Everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody lift him up now, yeah, 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 yeah. Imela, 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 Imela,
Okay guys, it's time to fry. So you put your oil in the pot and make sure the oil is the heat is on medium, and you start frying your egg rolls. When you're frying your egg rolls, make sure you turn as soon as you can. Just keep turning, don't let it sit in the oil or it's gonna burn, and when it gets burnt, it may burst the egg inside. So turn constantly as you fry. But please put the oil on heat. Put the heat on low. I'm sorry. And then you turn until it's golden brown. Make sure you constantly turn. See, that one there is trying to open up because probably I did not seal it properly when I was doing it. So that's why you really have to seal your egg roll very well. If you don't seal it, it's going to burst open when you're frying, and then it may destroy the whole thing. So seal it up and fry. constantly turning it, and it's ready now. You put it in in your sieve. Make sure there's napkin on the sieve to take out the excess oil. But I want you to know that this doesn't really have oil. If you do it the right way, you mix it the right way, you will not see any oil on it. It looks dry after like a minute of placing it in the bowl. But if you put too much butter when you're mixing your dough, that's where you have problem. And then your dough may be when you fry it, it's going to be oily, and you don't want too much oil in your system. So you constantly turn, make sure you're turning it. Make sure you're turning, and once it's brown, you take it out. And that is how your egg roll is fried. That's the last batch. I put it on the stove now, and I'm going to be turning. Don't let it burn, don't let it burst open. And there you go. That's your egg rolls, looking so beautiful and delicious. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good evening and bon appetit. See you in my next video. Bye bye.